today's episode, let's explore how the GHMC results are going to impact Telangana's politics. Though the Telangana Rashtra Samiti has retained its lead in the GHMC elections, it is a clear indication that the BJP is now targeting Telangana's 2023 assembly election as its next big goal. With BJP winning 2 assembly seats in the 2018 assembly elections and 4 MP seats in the Lok Sabha elections, its vote share in Telangana had jumped from 7% to nearly 20% in the 2019 elections. And now, with the GHMC boost, BJP's share has increased to almost 35%. This is a huge boost to the party in Telangana. As I mentioned in my earlier video about the BJP's strategy, these civic polls also prove that religion has a stronger voter affinity than region. During the poll campaign, MIM's Akbaruddin Owaisi had made a statement hurting the sentiments of Telugu people by taking a dig at former Chief Minister Nandumari Taraka Ramarao and former Prime Minister P.V. Narasimha Rao. In retaliation, the BJP brought up surgical strike statement against Rohingyas on Hyderabad and warned the MIM. Until then, the election looked like a mere civic poll. But after these statements, the whole narrative changed to religious propaganda and provocation. Cashing in on this, the TRS began selling its message, showing MIM and BJP as being hand in glove. Despite BJP's promises being totally absurd at such a moment, it did not have much effect on the voters. All the religious propaganda that BJP carried on benefited the party. Now let's try and understand how the TRS itself created space for BJP's growth in Telangana over the last few years. By creating an image of the Telugu Desam party and the Congress as anti-Telangana parties, TRS successfully managed to end these parties' dominance post-bifurcation. The fact that there are hardly any seats for the TDP and just 2 seats for Congress, it is a clear indication that there was place for an alternative that could emerge as an opposition to TRS in Telangana. Had the TRS let TDP and Congress fight it out, and if the fight remained just between these 3 parties, BJP wouldn't have had so much space to conquer as it does right now. Moreover, the TRS, by attracting MLAs from other parties and its friendship with MIM and favoring the Muslim community through various schemes and reservations, it created a space for the BJP to bring in religion in a land that has simmered with regional sentiment. The anti-incumbency trend played a major role in favoring these votes for the BJP and against the TRS, given that the government employees as well as those affected by the recent floods had voted against the TRS. While MIM retained its stronghold in the city, TDP and Congress now remain almost irrelevant due to a lack of leadership and motivation within the cadre. The GHMC elections have clearly boosted BJP's confidence in the south, where it is looking for an entry point barring Karnataka. The TRS needs to learn from its mistakes and focus on fulfilling its promises, given that it still has 3 years for the next assembly elections. On the other hand, the BJP needs to understand that it cannot sell religion for long in the south. So, the Saffron Party too needs a development-driven agenda. Another lesson that the TRS needs to learn is about balancing its equation with the MIM. Clearly, the party needs to be vocal when required and oppose MIM's activities if they are objectionable. And also remember that this will be carefully observed by voters from here on. What is happening in Telangana is a clear warning sign for Andhra Pradesh. The YSRCP is doing a similar stunt with the opposition. Rumors of conversions rampant in the neighbouring state. The BJP will use both these reasons as ample opportunity to enter AP. With temple attack incidents also rocking Andhra Pradesh and putting the YSRCP government in bad light, YSRCP now needs to be aware of the dangers of BJP's entry while it continues to belittle and subdue TDP. Now let's try to understand BJP's agenda here very clearly. In states where its allies win an absolute majority, in those states the opposition is already weak. Hence, the BJP uses this to bully its ally as well as try to make an entry point into that state, clearly to fulfill its Akhand Bharat goal. Now that the BJP is targeting Bengal and Tamil Nadu in the 2021 elections, in 2023 and 2024, its target is the Telugu states. While BJP continues with its saffronization agenda, this dangerous trend is not only an indication that cooperative federalism may not last in the future, but it is also a death knell for regional parties. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, share and subscribe if you like the updates and analysis.